If there were a way that you could consistently land high-paying speaking gigs without spinning your wheels, without sending out 1,000 pitches or begging event planners to give you a shot, would you want to know how to make that happen? Because here's the truth. Most speakers are making one critical mistake that's keeping them stuck. Speaking for free, or even worse, being completely ignored. And today, we're going to fix that. I'm Lord Al Jensen, and I know a thing or two about getting booked and getting paid. I've delivered over 7,500 stage presentations, and just in this past year alone, I've spoken on more than 200 stages. I don't just teach speakers how to land gigs. I actively book, I negotiate, and I get paid for speaking virtually every single month. And I've seen firsthand what separates those who struggle from those who turn speaking into a thriving and profitable business. Now, why does this matter? Well, if you're serious about making money as a speaker, you can't afford to keep making this mistake, because no matter how powerful your message is, or how great your story is, or how badly you want it, if you're doing this one thing wrong, you're making it 10 times harder to get booked. And worse, you're leaving thousands of dollars on the table every single month. In this episode, I'll break down exactly what this mistake is, why it's killing your chances of getting paid gigs, and most importantly, what to do instead. So, if you're ready to finally step into the world of paid speaking without the frustration, the rejection, or wasted effort, let's get to it. So here's a harsh truth. Event organizers are not in the business of giving speakers opportunities. They're in the business of creating successful events. And yet the number one mistake I see aspiring speakers make over and over again is focusing on themselves instead of what the event organizer actually needs. They lead with, "I have an incredible story to tell," or "I'm really passionate about this topic," or maybe "I'd love the opportunity to speak on your stage." And while all of that might be true, it's not what gets you booked. Event planners, conference organizers, and corporate decision makers, they're not looking for speakers. They're looking for solutions, and they need speakers who will attract and engage their audience. They need speakers who will deliver value that makes them, the event organizer, look great. And they need speakers who will help them sell more tickets that will increase engagement and drive results. If your pitch, your brand, and your positioning are not framed around what's in it for them, you will stay stuck in the maybe next year pile, or worse, you won't even get a response. So how do you flip the script and become the speaker that event organizers want to pay? Well, here's the process. Step number one, research before you reach out. Most speakers send out generic pitches. Big mistake. Instead, you got to do your homework. Who is their audience? Is it corporate professionals, entrepreneurs, students? What is their biggest challenge right now? What's keeping them up at night? And what's the theme of their event? How does your expertise align? By understanding their needs before you ever send your pitch, you immediately set yourself apart. Step number two, position yourself as a solution, not just a speaker. Instead of saying, "I'd love to speak at your event," say something to the effect, "I see that your event focuses on helping entrepreneurs scale their businesses. My talk on this topic will give your attendees a clear, actionable strategy to solve a key problem," whatever that is. Then list some real benefits. Let's chat about how I can help make this event even more impactful for you. You see the difference? You're not asking for a favor, you're offering value. Now, step three, build a simple and clear speaker brand. Event organizers don't have time to dig through a cluttered website or a vague bio. You simply have to have a clear, compelling speaker page, not just a general about me page. You need a strong, benefit-driven speaker one-sheet and video proof, a 2 to 3 minute speaker's highlight reel that shows you in action. If an event organizer cannot quickly see what you talk about and why it matters, they'll just move on. Let me tell you about a speaker I recently worked with. He had an incredible story. He's overcome massive challenges, built a successful business, and he had a powerful message, but he wasn't getting booked because his entire pitch was all about himself. We reworked his approach to focus on the outcomes for the audience and the event organizer. Instead of, I'd love to share my story of overcoming adversity, we changed it to, your attendees will walk away with a step-by-step roadmap for turning setbacks into success. I'll break down 3 proven strategies that they can apply immediately to transform obstacles into opportunities. Guess what happened? He started landing paid gigs, and quickly, because he was now positioning himself as a speaker who solves problems, not just someone who has a story to tell. So here's a challenge for you. Rewrite your speaker pitch using the value-first approach. Take a look at how you're currently presenting yourself. Does it focus on your story or the event's needs? Write down your core speaking topic. Identify the biggest problem that it solves for an audience, and write a 1-paragraph pitch that clearly connects your expertise to the event organizer's goals. Once you do this, you're going to be ahead of about 90% of all the other speakers out there. Now, in the first portion of this episode, we uncovered the number 1 mistake that's stopping speakers from getting paid gigs, and that's focusing too much on themselves instead of positioning their talk as the solution event organizers are looking for. Now, let's take it even further. If you're serious about getting booked consistently, not just once in a while, you need to go beyond a great pitch. You need a repeatable, high-converting strategy that makes it easier for event planners to say yes. And here's how you do that. Most speakers think getting paid is about convincing event organizers, but it's not. It's about being so clearly valuable that the decision to hire you becomes a no-brainer. I call this the 3D speaker positioning formula, and it's what separates average speakers from in-demand, high-paid professionals. So, number 1, D for demand. Creating a speaker brand that people want to book. You need to move from I hope someone books me to event planners seek me out. To do this, you have to make sure your brand communicates a clear, high-value speaking topic, not just motivation or leadership, but a specific results-driven talk. You may have to make sure that your brand communicates proof of audience impact, and that includes testimonials or case studies or past event results. And professionalism and credibility. You got to have a good website materials, and videos should scream professional from the first impression. One of my coaching clients rebranded from motivational speaker to a business growth expert who helps companies increase revenue with mindset-driven strategies. Within about 3 months, his inquiries tripled because now he was speaking directly to what organizations wanted to achieve. The second D, differentiation, standing out from the speaker crowd. There are thousands of speakers out there, tens of thousands of speakers out there. Why should the event coordinators choose you? Here's 3 ways that you can stand out. Number 1, own a niche. Instead of just being a generalist, carve out a unique angle in your space. Be a content creator. Post valuable insights on LinkedIn, on YouTube, or maybe your own blog. Show event planners that you're already engaging audiences. And develop a signature talk. Your talk should be a product, a repeatable, structured presentation that solves a problem every single time. The third D, deliverability. Make it easy for event planners to say yes. Event organizers don't just need a good speaker. They need someone who's easy to work with, and you can make their job simple by having a clear one sheet with clear pricing and details. A seamless booking process, including automated scheduling, quick responses, and a pre-event prep system. Send organizers a speaker intro, promo materials, and clear audio-visual needs. When you make things easy for event planners, they'll book you again and again, and they'll also refer you to others. Here's how to refine your approach before reaching out to event planners. Number 1, run your talk in front of a test audience. Before you pitch, deliver your talk in front of a live group. Offer a free version of your talk to a local business, a networking group, or maybe an online community. Record the session and analyze the audience reactions. Were they engaged? Did they take notes? What questions did they ask? And collect feedback and testimonials. These will be gold when pitching event planners. Get clear on your takeaways. Event planners want to know what will attendees walk away with, and use this simple structure to clarify your talk's outcome. By the end of my talk, the audience will understand, and then give them the key concept. The audience will learn how to share the practical strategy. By the end of my talk, the audience will walk away with an immediate action step. If you can't clearly define these takeaways, neither will event planners. And test your pitch on industry peers. Before reaching out to big conferences, practice pitching to smaller event organizers and business owners. Ask for feedback on how your pitch lands. Does it sound clear? Is it compelling? Does it address their needs? Adjust based on their input. A small tweak in how you phrase your value can make a huge difference in getting booked. Now that you understand how to position yourself, refine your approach, and test your materials, let's put it all together with the FAST Frramework. Find the right events. Don't just apply to every event. Target the ones that align with your expertise. Look at past speaker lineups. Do they pay their speakers? Does your topic seem to be a good fit? A, approach with value. Make your first message about what you can do for them, not what you want. May we discuss how I can help make this event even more valuable? S, show proof. Have a speaker video that proves you can engage an audience, and showcase testimonials from past event organizers and attendees. And then T, track and follow up. Keep a spreadsheet of who you reached out to, what the response was, and when to follow up. Many gigs are booked on the second or third or fourth, even as many as the seventh follow-up. So don't just send one email and quit. If you want to start landing paid speaking gigs, here's what you need to do. Number 1, stop making it about you. Position yourself as the solution that event planners need. Use the 3D speaker positioning formula to create demand, to differentiate, and to deliver. Test and refine your approach before pitching to ensure maximum impact. And apply the FAST framework to find, approach, prove value, and track your outreach. If you apply these strategies, you are going to move from struggling to get booked to becoming the go-to expert that event organizers are really eager to book and pay. Now it's time to take action. Rewrite your speaker pitch, refine your positioning, and start reaching out with confidence, because your next paid speaking gig is waiting. All right, let's bring this home. Here's what we covered today. The number 1 mistake that's keeping you from getting paid gigs is focusing too much on yourself instead of positioning your talk as the solution event organizers are looking for. We covered the exact strategies to flip the script from research to positioning to refining your pitch so you stand out as a speaker that event planners want to book. And we've covered the FAST framework. Find the right events, approach with value, show proof, and track your outreach. So you're not just throwing pitches into the void, but actually landing paid speaking opportunities. Now, knowing this is one thing. Doing something with it is what separates the unpaid speakers from the pros. If you're serious about turning your speaking into a paid, repeatable business, I've got something for you. I put together a step-by-step mini course that I call Booked and Bankable, the speaker's fast track to paid gigs. And it walks you through exactly how to craft a killer pitch that grabs attention and gets response. To create a speaker brand that sells, so event organizers see your value right up front. And it shows you how to implement a proven outreach system to start landing paid speaking gigs now. And here's the best part. It's just $37 for listeners to this podcast. That's it. There's no fluff. There's no endless modules. It's just real actionable strategies that work. So go to the show notes or wherever, someplace right around this video, if you're watching on video, and get access to the Booked and Bankable Speakers Fast Track to Paid Speaking Gigs. And it's the fastest way to take what you've learned today and turn it into real actionable results. And remember, you don't get booked just because you want to speak. You get booked because you can solve a problem for your audience. Make that shift, take action, and I'll see you on the next stage.